Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be a video for the next 6 months, so through the end of 2022, and it's going to be specific to the zodiac sign of Virgo. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as providing you with the meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you in the next 6 months. Lots of time, so you'll want lots of information there. Also, if you have not done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post videos in the future. I typically post a couple Virgo videos a month. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump in and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close. So a reflection of the last 6 months. In column number 2, we're going to take a general look at what's coming for the next 6 months. So again, through the end of 2022. We're going to do a money column, a love column, and in the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guide. So something to carry into the end of the year with you. We're also going to do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal for the next 6 months, a letting go note, a note from a passed away loved one, and a healing note for you. So let's go and jump in. In the first column, again, we're looking at what's wrapping up and coming to a close, so a reflection of the last 6 months or so. We have the card heat. When things start moving, they cause friction, and friction leads to heat. So in short, heat means that things have been moving for you these first 6 months. Really like to see that. Let's see what other messages, though, I can give you. But it's good to see that you've had some movement, you've had some heat. You've been able to get some stuff accomplished. Okay, well, those two want to come out together, so we'll take a look at those together. Virgo. The first card that we have is the 7 of Wands. The 7 of Wands is a card of self-defense and feeling like you have to protect yourself against competition. If you look at this person, they're standing on top of the hill. They have their 1 wand, and this is you. And at the bottom here, there's 6 other wands. So this is that competition, that feeling like you have to defend yourself. So it feels like there was some self-defense or some competition so far this year. The next 2 cards we have are the 7 of Pentacles. The 7 of Pentacles is a card of patience. It's hard work, delayed success, it's waiting. If you look at this person, they planted these pentacles and now they're waiting for these pentacles to grow. So although things have been moving, I don't know that they've moved as fast as you have anticipated, Virgo, but this could also be a good reminder of just how far you've come. Maybe you aren't feeling like you've accomplished a lot. You need to take a second to reflect and realize just how much has happened. The other card that we pulled there is the 8 of Swords. The 8 of Swords is a card of self-imposed restrictions. If you look at this person's blindfolded, their arms are bound down, but then all these swords are stuck into the ground in the background. So they could very easily kind of wiggle themselves back and cut themselves free. So again, I think this is kind of echoing. It's like maybe it's just you haven't realized exactly how much you accomplished, Virgo. We'll of course clarify those cards as well. And then at the bottom we have the 8 of Wands. The 8 of Wands is a card of speed, action, quick change, news coming in. So again, I feel like you just maybe haven't realized what all has happened. We have the Heat card. We have the 8 of Wands saying that there was speed, there was action, there was change. You accomplished a lot more than you're giving yourself credit for at this point. Let's clarify this column though and see what other messages I can provide you. The first card we have is the Moon card. The Moon card is a card of having to trust your intuition and kind of navigate what's going on. With the Moon card though, this is also a card of like deception or delusion. Like, I think people could have possibly been trying to convince you of things that weren't true, or the competition maybe wasn't there, although it felt like it was. Or this could have been people questioning, again, the way that you thought or the way that you saw things. So maybe there was no real, like, deception, but it was people not seeing the same way that you were seeing things. but I feel like you did a good job. This is very much so a card of trusting your intuition. And this is like being able to navigate. You see this curving road here. As the world threw you curveballs, you did a really good job of navigating that, Virgo. The next card that we have is the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is a card of needing to rest, retreat, renew, recover. I actually like seeing the Four of Swords in this column because this column again is what's wrapping up and coming to a close. This is what we get to leave behind. But in general, resting, recovering, renewing, getting yourself ready for the second half of 2022 is so important to do. So do make sure you take the time to rest, renew, recover, get yourself ready for the second half of 2022. Then at the bottom we have the Death card. The Death card doesn't mean death, but it does indicate big changes. It's rebirth, it's transformation, it's moving on. And again, I feel like this big changes is the message that we need to hang on to here with the Death card, is a lot has happened. You have made a lot of big changes. You've made a lot of big progress. Both of these cards are acknowledging the progress that you've made, Virgo. Now let's take a look at our second column, which is just kind of general, what's going to happen in the next 6 months. Oops, sorry. The card we have is preservation. This is a good reminder to make sure you're preserving your time, your energy, your resources, your words, your finances. Do not overextend yourself going into the second half of this year, Virgo. But let's see what other messages I can provide you here. The first card that we have is the Six of Pentacles. Sorry, forgot how to talk there for a second. Six of Pentacles. This is a card, a very generous card. And this is a card, again, of giving or receiving help. And it's interesting because we have the preservation card paired with the generosity card. And this is really important to know that you can help people without completely draining yourself. And I'm not saying you do this, Virgo. I'm just throwing this out there as a reminder, is you can continue to be this generous, giving person that helps your family and friends and those in need. And you can do it in a way that doesn't completely drain you of time, energy, resources, finances. So do make sure you're looking for this fine line of being able to help, but also not completely draining yourself. The next card that we have is the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is typically not a very good relationship. This is somebody who's a bully. It's theft, it's violence, it's abusive relationships, it's some sort of toxic relationship. And we're going to clarify this card, of course, but I do feel like there's a relationship that needs to be cleaned up. I don't know if this relationship is going to end, but it's almost like new boundaries need to be set. And this could be family, friend, coworker, it could be a love interest. We're going to clarify and see what I can give you there. Then we have the Ten of Pentacles at the bottom here. The Ten of Pentacles is a card of leaving a legacy. I love seeing this because it's like saying that you are on the right track to leave a legacy. You're doing things correctly long term. So this is really good validation that the next 6 months, you're really setting yourself up for the future. You're making great progress. The Ten of Pentacles is also a card of retirement. So you could be retiring or somebody close to you could be retiring. Congratulations if that is you. What a huge accomplishment. This is also a card of like inheritance or lump sums of money. So there very well could be a large sum of money coming your way as well in the next 6 months, which is super duper exciting. Let's see what other messages I can give you here. The first card we have is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is like the Prince or Princess Charming card. It's that knight in shining armor. It's very romantic, very proposal-like. So this absolutely could be a new love interest, or this could be a reflection of your current relationship as well and the health of it. This could be, again, proposal, engagement, or marriage in the next 6 months for you too, Virgo. In terms of giving or receiving, this could be calling for balance in the relationship as well. Remember, this is about giving and receiving, but not completely draining yourself. So this could be an indicator of some balance being restored to your relationship. Maybe has not felt balanced recently, but this would be good balance coming to the relationship. The next card that we have is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is a card of being very curious, but it's kind of like a gossipy card or a spying eyes card or prying eyes. Like, when I see this card, I tell people to stay away from water cooler talk, stay away from gossip, stay away from drama. It does feel like there's like some sort of gossip or drama that needs to be cleared up in the next 6 months so this relationship can correct itself. There's something out there that's not truth, and truth needs to be brought forward is the message there, Virgo. Then at the bottom here, we have the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is a very stagnant card. It's quite literally as it looks. You're hanging there by your foot. It's needing more information or something to happen before you can move forward. The neat thing about this card, though, is if you flip it over, then we have the position of the Fool, which is that new beginnings past. So it's an indicator of something big coming, but it's kind of a waiting period almost. And it's on top of that 10 of Pentacles. So this could have been like finding the right time to retire, or you could have been like waiting for this inheritance or this sum of money, or you could be even waiting to know that you were making the right choice. But there was at some point in time some stagnant energy. So moving forward from that point, and again, once it does flip, it's really that transformation to that new beginning. Now taking a look at our next column, we're going to take a look at anything related to money. So think job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have. Again, anything that you think of when you think money. We have our side-by-side Knight of Cups cards here. However, they don't necessarily feel to be one and the same. So let me explain this Knight of Cups card. This is, of course, still that Prince or Princess Charming card, that kind of knight in shining armor. But when we talk about proposals, this isn't so much like a marriage proposal now as it is a business proposal or some sort of new business relationship. So think coworker, mentor, boss, investment partner, business partner. And this is like the void you've had being filled. Whether it was good support from a coworker, good support from a boss, some sort of new business proposal or opportunity for you. So do be on the lookout for this new relationship or business proposal. This could be a job offer as well, or like I said, an investment opportunity or business opportunity, going into business with somebody. We do also have the Hanged Man again. The Hanged Man again is that stagnant energy where you're kind of just waiting for more information. These two cards, however, do feel associated. Like whoever this new relationship is or this new business proposal is the next step to unlocking that new beginning that you've been waiting for. This is the key, unlocking that stagnant energy, being able to move forward again. Then at the bottom here we have the World card. The World card is the last card in the major arcana. It's quite literally the world going full circle. It's completing a goal, completing a lesson. It's completion. For many of you, I feel like this is completing your time at your job. I do see a lot of you pursuing this new opportunity, business opportunity. This could be a large project that's being wrapped up in the next 6 months as well. And it could be an indicator of this Hangman, again, this stagnant energy coming to an end and getting to move forward. The World card is also a card of travel, so there very well could be some travel coming for you in the next 6 months. Travel related to work. Sorry, I should clarify that. The next card that we have is the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is a card of having to protect yourself against competition, defending yourself. Whatever this Knight of Cups is, whether it's coworker, boss, business proposal, what I'm getting here, Virgo, is you have brought yourself to the top of the competition. So if you're entering into business with somebody else, there were lots of other people that they were looking into. There was other competition. And again, you came out on top here. Same thing, like if there is like tension between coworkers or with your boss or something like that, this is you coming out on top with this new relationship. The next card that we have is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords, if you look at this card, both the horse and rider are moving very quickly here. This is a fast-paced lifestyle change. Love to see a card like this on top of the Hangman, because again, that Hangman is kind of stagnant. Things aren't really moving. The Knight of Swords is saying, yes, things are moving and they're going to move really, really quickly. So if you're feeling that stagnant energy, don't worry, hang on, it's coming for you. Then at the bottom here, we have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is a very nurturing card. It's a card of being healing and being supported. Definitely with this new relationship, there's going to be support that you haven't felt before. The interesting thing though too, if you look at this card, this is more of a trophy than it is a cup. So definitely some award, recognition, success being given that trophy as it relates to job, career, finances. Now moving on to our next column, which is anything related to love. So think family, friends, relationship, children. Again, anything you think of when you think of love, Virgo. Our first card is the Empress. I like the Empress card no matter where I see it in my readings. It's a great card. The Empress is a card of creation and it's a card of abundance. So you are surrounded by an abundance of love, which is such a wonderful thing. Love will be a high note these next 6 months for you. But this is the card of creation, so the ability to create anything that you want. If you're single and want to be in a relationship, that will happen. If fertility is what you're hoping for, that will happen for you. If you want to get engaged or married, that will happen for you. Again, the Empress says you can create whatever you want as it relates to love. This is also a really good pregnancy card. It is a card of pregnancy, fertility, good parenting. So again, if pregnancy is what you're seeking, looking really, really good the next 6 months for you. The next card that we have is the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is a card of rivalry, challenges, obstacles. However, if you look at this card, these people are fighting with wands. They're not fighting with swords. So it's more like small bumps in the road instead of full-blown like fighting with swords. So there could be some bumps in your existing love life, or if you're entering into a new relationship. The nice thing is these are small bumps in the road and not derailing the relationship by any means. Then at the bottom here we have the Two of Swords. This is coming through as needing to make a decision. So there will be some sort of major decision as it relates to love the next 6 months. But let's see what other information I can give you here. The first card we have is the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is a card of reunion, so do keep in mind going into the next 6 months, there could be a reunion with a family member, friend, loved one. Possibly you'll be rekindling a former relationship. The Six of Cups is also a card of reflection, so this is sometimes reflecting back on what relationships you had. And oftentimes it's like we don't know where we don't know where we're going, but we know where we've been. And with that, we know what we want in the future. So again, with the Empress, it's a card of creation. So focus on the things that you want so you can create what you want. Reflect on your past experience, past relationships, and use that to focus on where you want to go in the future. The next card we have is the Ace of Cups. Anytime we have an Ace card, it is a card of newness. With the card of the Ace of Cups, this is new baby, relationship, proposal, marriage. So again, if you're hoping to start a family, this is great. If you're like hoping to enter into a new relationship, this could be a friend partnership as well. Marriage, proposal, engagement, all of those things are definitely in the cards there for you. Not to say that there won't be a few bumps accomplishing any of these. We already talked about that, but nothing major derailing. And then at the bottom here, we have the Two of Swords. When we have the same card on top of each other like this is very much so the world saying, I said what I meant what I said. So there is some sort of decision as it relates to love that's coming the next 6 months. So do keep an eye out for that. Now moving into our fifth and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We have the card Productivity. Love to see this. So at a very broad, high, general level, this next 6 months are going to be very, very productive for you, Virgo. Let's see what other messages I can give you here, though. The first card we have is the Judgment card. The Judgment card is a card that's always favorable for you, but this is a card of clarity. It's about making a final decision. It does make sense. We were just talking about a decision here. So definitely some sort of decision coming for the next 6 months. But with clarity, I would say be very clear on anything before you're making decisions. The next card that we have is the King of Swords. This is very intentional, very strategic. When I see the King of Swords, this is that long-term type energy, which I like to see. This is saying you're doing right in the future. So this very busy, productive next 6 months is setting you up well for future success. And then at the bottom here, we have the Magician. The Magician is a card of focused creativity. It's turning your vision into reality. So all this productivity, this clarity, this hard work is going to help you create whatever you want. You can do anything with the Magician. The first clarifying card we have is the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is a card of patience, hard work, delayed success, and waiting. So I do feel like with the Judgment card, you were waiting for this clarity, you were waiting to make this decision. But it makes sense. I just told you, be sure that you have all the details before making any decision. So you could be waiting to get all the information before you're able to make that decision. The next card we have is the Ten of Cups. For those of you that have listened to my readings before, you know that the Ten of Cups is my favorite card in the entire deck. It's the card of everything. We have the full rainbow here, the happy couple, kids playing, the grass is green, there's water running, there's a house in the background. It's genuinely the card of everything, and that's on top of the King of Swords. So we have the Magician saying you can have everything. We have the Ten of Cups saying you can have everything. That Ten of Cups being family, contentment, total love, and support. So again, King of Swords saying you're setting yourself up for success in the long run. Ten of Cups saying you can have everything that you want. Then at the bottom here, we have the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is low feelings. It's heartbreak, loss, depression. It's often saying that we need to pull the heart from our own sword and do some healing. And with Magician, it could be a warning or kind of a reminder that some healing still needs to be done. This is about focusing your time and energy on the correct things. So be focused on what you want and do any remaining healing that may be there that's limiting you from getting exactly what you want, Virgo. Now at this point in time, I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use the Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quickly. But for question number 1, we have the Jack of Hearts. This is number 22 card. That's going to be a yes for you. Question number 2 is the 7 of Spades. This is number 25 card. That's going to be a no. And question number 3 is the Ace of Spades. This is number 37 card. That's going to be a no. So we have yes, no, no for you, Virgo. I debated whether I was going to do this or not, but I decided to. We are going to pull a card from our Healing Stones deck, which is a crystal to keep with you for the next 6 months. Your crystal is carnelian, which helps you have that urge for discovery, that vitality, it's courage, helps you overcome everyday challenges with ease. We're also going to pull a card from our Let Go deck. Again, we're middle of the year, so we want to let go of the last 6 months and really set ourselves up for success the next 6 months. Your message says, let go of the idea that you need to have anything other than happiness in your life. And we're also going to pull a card from our Angel Wishes deck. This is going to be a message from your loved one who has passed away. Your angel wish says, the beauty you seek will resonate in nature. And last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck, as we always do to end with. And your healing note says, at the end of the day, all you need is hope and strength. Hope that it'll get better and strength to hold on until it does. Thank you so much, Virgo, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post future videos. If you feel inclined, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you, Virgo, and I hope you have an amazing next 6 months.